How do you start the year in the Enoch calendar? All right, this is the most frequently asked question, and I appreciate all you guys that are interested in the calendar, that are sharing the calendar. But I know people will ask you questions. I looked online. Someone else starts their calendar here. Someone else starts their calendar there. Why do you start the calendar? Where do you start the calendar? We're going to answer that in this quick video, okay? And whether you understand this or not, you can. It's going to be simple. Our premise is very simple. The book of Enoch records a calendar taught to him by the angel Uriel. The Dead Sea Scrolls applied the calendar, and this is a replica sundial. I'll have a link for this. You can get this sundial. It's very cool. It's basically the Enoch calendar in a sundial. So in the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found the Enoch calendar. They believed it was the right calendar, and they got off the lunar calendar that the rest of the Jews are following. So they found that calendar in the book of Enoch. This is the foundation of the application of the Enoch calendar on this channel. If you want to do something else, that's fine, but that is the information we are going on. The book of Enoch records the sun. The book of Enoch calendar also records the moon. The moon does not determine your months, okay? But it does determine your years. Now, doesn't matter what calendar you follow, okay, the years are very important. What year are you in the cycle? Because you have 365.24 days in a year. So that's the cycle of the sun. All right, you can't split a day in 3 quarters. You have to adjust. You have to have a leap cycle. So we're going to talk about year 1 in this video. Now, most of you are familiar with Mystery Babylon, the Vatican's calendar. And you really should research and see all the pagan names and everything. You'll be very upset. So, let's say, for example, you never heard about this calendar. You're in some remote tribe somewhere in the earth. You come across this calendar. Okay, let's say you come across this calendar in this year, 2020, and you get a piece of paper and you begin to follow the calendar. So let's say this is a piece of paper. You say, oh, okay, this is January 1. January is 31 days. And you begin to follow the calendar. Okay, great. You don't know necessarily what year it is. Let's just say you found out about the calendar just before 2020 and you begin to apply this calendar. Now, these are the details of the calendar that none of us question. You just follow it because this calendar is everywhere. And then what will happen is you get to February, and February 2020 is a leap year. Okay, see that? So today is the 27th. Normally, February has 28 days in it, right? But then 2020 has it's called a leap year. But what it is, it's a day. So every day is 365 days. But then every 4 years, you have another day. You have a 29th day in the month of February. Let's say you don't know that. Okay? Let's say 2020 is your year 1. Well, what's going to happen is this Saturday, you don't know it's the 29th of February. So you're going to call that March 1. Okay? Now, the rest of the calendar is all wrong. Because you got March 1st here on a Saturday. So then the rest of everything else throughout the year will be off. You see that? So all calendars will have this principle where you need to understand year 1. So how do we understand year 1 in the Enoch calendar? Well, simply put, if we go by the information in the Dead Sea Scrolls, they did many, many years of research into the calendar, into all the information related to the sun and the moon and the days of the week and the feasts, and they did this. Okay, let's get this all here on the screen so you can see it. In year 1, so this is year 1. Think of it as year 1, month 1, day 1. This is what they did. They found a spring equinox on day 364 of the previous year. Okay, so this is day 364 of the year prior. They found a spring equinox there. The next day was a full moon. This circle represents a full moon. So you had spring equinox, next day full moon. Not only that, this day was the 4th day of the week. It was a Wednesday. So in determining our year 1, month 1, and day 1, we need 3 things. What are our 3 things? Okay. Number 1, spring equinox, day 364, full moon, day 1, Wednesday. Those are the 3 things that go into starting the year of year 1. Now this is important because remember, the calendar has 364 days in it. But this is critical for us to understand. Now this is very unusual to get the spring equinox solar cycle, the moon, and the days of the week. You cannot adjust the days of the week. The Sabbath is always Saturday, Friday night into Saturday. That's the Sabbath. That never changes, okay? Don't change the Sabbath. That's breaking the 10 commandments, the 4th commandment, okay? 4th commandment. You can see it's the 4th day of the first month. So these 3 things contribute to our year. Our closest alignment to this happened in the year 2019, okay? So 2019, what happened? On day 1 of month 1 was a full moon, okay? It was also March 20th. Let's just zoom in so you can see closely. March 20th. Okay, so we have our 2 criteria here. Yes, we would like the spring equinox to be here, but like I said, this is a rare alignment. So we have spring equinox here, we have full moon here, and it's a Wednesday. All right, so clearly, our criteria are met. You want to dispute a single day, go look at the, decades you have to find this. It's very rare. So that determines our year 1, our day 1, okay? So that's why 2019 was when we started the calendar on the first day on March 20th. You understand that? So you have to have your proper year. So our year 1 was 2019, okay? So in 2019 we have March, we had the spring equinox on a full moon, on a Wednesday. Thus bringing us to 2020, and in 2020, we lost 2 days. Why? Because the Gregorian calendar had 366 days, right? We have the leap year, February 29th, and it's 365 days plus the leap year, 366 total, whereas the Enoch calendar has 364. So that's why 2020 starts on March 18th. See that? So March 18th is a Wednesday. Calendar always starts on a Wednesday. Wednesday is the day the sun was created, and that's our marker for time. So that's why the first day of the first month is a Wednesday, because the sun was created on day 4. Okay, so this is day 4, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So again, the Sabbath is Friday night into Saturday. Keep in mind, with these days, the day starts with sundown, the sun going down, or you can just say 7 p.m., okay? That's when the day starts. So that's when the day starts, and the year starts based on our first year. Our first year was 2019. 2020 is our second year, okay? So that's why the calendar will become short of the spring equinox. So if our spring equinox is here, that's why it's short. And then it passes by a number of years, and then you adjust for a week. Now, I'm trying to eliminate all your complaining and excuses why you can't follow God's calendar. And gratefully enough, one of the subscribers gave us a digital copy of the calendar. I will provide this in a comment, and you can get this. So you can see they've done a PDF file in the same format that we had. There's additional descriptions about everything, okay, in a quick reference guide to explain anything that you don't understand, anything that you may be hung up on, okay, it's all here. These are details we've already covered. However, there's just additional information as we have shown you some things. So you may have some other questions, and this quick reference guide will give you a good place if it's not that clear. And the copies, my handwritten copies, if for whatever reason it doesn't print or whatever else, you can get this one, and it's the same thing. And one thing that was done here, which helps quite a bit, is you can see they have a line. So what that means is this is the next day. So March 18th is the first day of the first month. Now what happens is that day starts the previous day at sundown. So picture this as sunlight, the sun is up, and then the sun goes down, thus entering the next day. So the Gregorian calendar obviously changes at midnight. So that's just a little area of confusion we have kind of covered here so that it can be more easily understood. So the rest of the details of the calendar and the lunar cycles, which you can see, are all detailed in this calendar. It's easier to view if you view on a device, or for you to print off in color. It's very clear. So what have we learned? In order to start your year in year 1, in month 1, and day 1, you need 3 things. You have a spring equinox, day 364. You have a full moon and a Wednesday. That was 2019. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope that clears up. If you have other people that you're sending the calendar to and they have this question, you can direct them to this video. In this video, we're covering the basics of why you need to start the calendar on a precise year. You can't just start it whenever you want, okay? You can't just start it when you found out, okay? Just like the Gregorian calendar, if you start on the leap year, your whole years are going to be wrong. Your whole feasts are going to be wrong. And so we want to be on the right feast, okay? How do we know when the right feast? Okay, we need a calendar to do that. And the year always starts on a Wednesday. And that means Passover, is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So this is something I hope that is very clear to you. Again, if you want the digital copy, there'll be a comment in the video, the 2020 Enoch calendar. I'll also put it in this video, along with the playlist of the 2020 Enoch calendar, or the Enoch calendar playlist. So thanks for watching, and God bless you.